Hey guys, in today's session we will discuss about Ansible roles and understand the uses of it. Also we will see the practical demonstration of using these roles. So now let's understand what are Ansible roles. A role is a way to organize the code and having a reusability of the playbooks as in when needed. So generally in roles we break the complex playbooks into smaller modules and have reusability of it when needed. Now let's take a look at the practical demonstration of using these roles. Alright, now let's create Ansible role with the command Ansible hyphen galaxy init and our role name, my role name will be website hyphen deploy. Now the role has been created. Now let me try to print all subdirectories that are created in this website deploy role with the command tree. So it has printed all the subdirectories in the tree format. As you can see, it has created several directories like defaults, files, handlers, meta, tasks, template, tests, and vars. Each directory has a different purpose. Now let's understand the purpose of each directory by navigating to Ansible roles documentation. For that, I'll search for Ansible roles documentation in Google. All right. So this is the same directory structure that has been created in our terminal. Now let's try to understand the usage of each directory. Now this task directory contains the main tasks or the actual tasks that we want to execute in the playbook. Now the second one is handler. This handlers are invoked based on certain task status is changed. Say for example, I want to uh, invoke my web server restarting task when it is installed. So in that case, I can use notify in my Apache installation or web server installation task so that it will notify this handler and this handler gets invoked at the end of the playbook execution. And one more thing, these handlers are only invoked when that task status is changed. The third one is default. This defaults directory contains lower precedence variables. Say for example, I'm passing a variable from this vars directory or as in command line argument. In that case, this variable that are declared in this defaults directory will be overwritten. Similarly, vars directory also contains the variables, but it will have little bit higher precedence compared to the defaults one. Again, even if we declare the variables in this vars directory and the same variable we are passing from the command line argument with hyphen hyphen extra hyphen vars, then these variables that are declared in the vars directory will be overwritten with the command line arguments. Always command line arguments will have the higher precedence, and then second precedence will be vars and the third precedence will be defaults. The fifth one is files. The files directory contains any kind of configuration files that we want to copy to a remote host or that we want to execute during the playbook execution. We can keep all those kind of configuration files in the files directory. And the sixth one is templates. This templates directory will have Ginger to templating. As you know, Ansible natively supports Ginger to templating for any kind of complex problem solving solutions. We can use this Ginger to templating. It does support a lot of conditionals as well. Now, the last one is meta. Meta contains the metadata of the playbook. If we want to provide any kind of metadata of the playbook, we can use this meta directory. Now, let's try to create an Ansible role. Uh, and try to host a sample website with our own content in the remote host. Alright, now I have loaded my Ansible playbooks into this role. Let's try to understand it. I have created a main.yaml file outside the role, and the responsibility of this playbook is to invoke this website deploy role, uh, and that will be deployed in the web server's host group. This host group I have declared in the host file. As you can see, like this web server host group has one EC2 instance added as my target machine, and the user that is used to connect to that target machine is Ubuntu. Now let me expand this my role. I have declared one default variable called document root path in the default variable directory, which has lower precedence, and this files contains any kind of configuration files. I have declared index.html for now, which says like this is a demo website deployed by Ansible. Now my role responsibility is to host a sample website in the remote host, and for that I need index.html. Again, the third one is handler responsibility is to like execute when something is changed, and this restart web server task gets executed when my Apache or web server is installed successfully. Now let me expand task which contains actual tasks. I have not added anything in the meta directory because which contains the metadata of the role, which I don't want to add for now. We can skip it. The task, as you can see, this is the actual playbook that I want to execute in the remote node. So the first task is to install Apache, and it will update the cache. Update cache means before installing the Apache, it will update the existing packages, and those commands gets executed, or these modules will be executed with the sudo user. As you can see, become yes means this playbook gets executed with the sudo user, so that we will not face any kind of permission denied errors when we are installing any packages in the remote node. Now this notify is used for handler to notify something. So my handler name is restart Apache. If you see, my handler name is restart Apache, right? So as you can see here, this task will be invoked, my handler will be invoked when this Apache is installed and status is changed. And one more thing to remember is, even if we add notify here, it will not be invoked after successful installation of Apache. It will be invoked at the end of playbook execution, which means first this task has to be executed, and then this one, and then third one, this one has to be executed. After executing all these three modules, finally it will invoke our restart Apache handler, and it will be uh, restarting the Apache 2. So if you see, the second step I'm doing is deleting the existing index.html, because when we install Apache or any website, we will have a default index.html created. I'm deleting that index.html file, and finally I'm copying the existing my custom document root index.html to my target document root. Now if you see the vars directory, it does have certain variables declared like package name, installation state, file state, restart state, and the document root. Because if you see, my main playbook has several variables declared. All those variables will be fetched from this vars directory. Now let's try to execute this playbook and see how it works. Let me navigate to my terminal. Let me clear the screen. I'm in this Ansible directory. So I have main.yaml and hosts. So first I will try to execute Ansible hyphen playbook. Uh, my playbook name will be main.yaml. Inventory is my hosts. So if I hit enter, it is trying to execute this main.yaml file by like reading the target host from the host file, and this role will be deployed into the target machine that we declared in the host file. So it is gathering facts, which means it is gathering all the system requirements. Install Apache. It has invoked the first task from this role. It is trying to install the Apache. So basically, as part of this task, it will update the cache, like update all the packages, and then it will try to install the package, and then finally it will restart the Apache. It will invoke the handler and it will be restarted, and that will be performed at the end of playbook execution. We will see it. Now the Apache is installed successfully. The status is changed. Now deleting existing index.html, which is also like changed. This is also executed successfully. And finally, like it is trying to copy my existing the local index.html file to the remote directory. It is also done. And finally, as you can see, running handler. So I have added handler after installation of Apache, but it is executing at the end of playbook execution. So always the nature of handler is to execute after successful execution of all tasks that are declared in the playbook. So my handler, it also restarted my Apache. The status is also changed now. Now let me try to access my sample website by navigating to the browser. So my server IP address is this one. I'll navigate to my Chrome browser and try to access the website. So hyphen should be replaced by dot. The port number of my website, the default is HTTP port, which is 80. This is the demo website deployed by Ansible. As you can see in my index.html, this is what I added. This is the demo website deployed by Ansible. Same we are getting in the browser, which means our playbook has been executed successfully, and it has loaded our website. Something weird. Let me try to see why it is behaving like this. Oh, it is HTTPS. It should be HTTP. Now it is coming up. Yeah, that's all for this demo. Thanks for watching.